Rare coin collecting. Discover real value and history in every coin.
Have you ever thought that a simple penny from 1969 could make you a millionaire? Sounds crazy, right? But believe it or not, the 1969 S Lincoln penny has shocked the coin world multiple times, with some selling for over $185,000 and others crossing the $200,000 mark in top condition. Before we jump into this story, support our journey by subscribing to the Hidden Gold Hunter channel. Your one click keeps this mission alive and helps us bring you more hidden treasures every single day. Now let's begin the hunt. The 1969 S Lincoln penny was struck at the San Francisco Mint. You'll notice the small S mint mark right below the date. This coin belongs to the Memorial Reverse series, showing President Lincoln on the obverse and the Lincoln Memorial on the back, a design that ran from 1959 all the way to UVO. But what makes the 1969 S penny legendary isn't just its design. It's a very specific era variety, the 1969 S double die obverse. When you look at this coin under magnification, you can clearly see strong doubling in the words liberty, in God we trust, and even the date 1969 itself. This isn't a weak or barely visible doubling, it's bold, deep, and absolutely unmistakable. Only a handful of these were ever discovered, and every single one of them became a collector's dream. In fact, one example graded MS64 odd by PCGS sold for a jaw-dropping $126,500, and another near-perfect one crossed $200,000 in a major auction. Now let's talk about condition, because this part can change everything. If your coin is heavily worn or damaged, it might only be worth a few cents. But if it's in mint state, MS65 or higher, with that famous doubling, you're looking at life-changing money. Anywhere from $100,000 to $200,000 ploy, depending on color, luster, and strike sharpness. Even regular, non-doubled 1969 S pennies in pristine red condition can sell between $25 and $100, especially if graded by PCGS or NGC. Now, here's where you come in, because one of these could still be sitting in your home. The 1969 S pennies are still found in old change jars, inherited coin boxes, or old bankrolls from the 1970s. Check those mason jars in your kitchen, the coin stash in your dresser, or that old box your grandparents left behind. If you're lucky enough to come across one with sharp doubling, congratulations, you just hit a modern-day jackpot. Want to increase your chances? Head to local banks and ask for penny rolls. It's one of the cheapest and most exciting ways to search. Many collectors still find valuable coins in circulation this way. And yes, 1969 S pennies do show up. Now, once you find a 1969 S penny that looks promising, don't clean it. Cleaning destroys value instantly. Instead, use cotton gloves. Handle it carefully by the edges and put it in a coin flip or capsule for protection. Next, get it authenticated. The 1969 S double die is one of the most counterfeited coins in the hobby, so make sure yours is examined by experts like PCGS or NGC. Once it's graded, you'll have an official certificate proving its authenticity. Now let's talk about how to sell. If your coin turns out to be genuine and in strong condition, the best places to sell are heritage auctions, Stack's Bowers, or great collections. These auction houses specialize in rare coins and have access to serious collectors who'll pay top dollar. If you prefer something faster, you can also list graded coins on eBay, but make sure to include clear photos. And the certification number for buyer confidence. Let's imagine this for a moment. You're sitting at your desk, sorting through a jar of pennies you've had for years. You pull out a 1969 S penny, take a closer look, and notice the word liberty looks thicker, almost doubled. You grab a magnifier. Your hands start to shake a little. Could this really be the one? Then you check online and realize your penny matches the real 1969 S double die, and suddenly, you're looking at something worth more than $180,000. That's the thrill of coin hunting. You never know when your next discovery could change your life. So before you spend your change, take one last look, because the next ordinary-looking penny you find might be your key to something extraordinary. This is Hidden Gold Hunter, revealing the treasures hiding in plain sight. Stay tuned, because the next story could be the one that turns your pocket change into pure gold. Have you ever wondered if that shiny 2010D Lincoln penny sitting in your drawer could secretly be worth a fortune? Well, This is not your ordinary penny. Some 2010 D pennies have shocked collectors with values shooting over $135,000. Yes, 6 figures. All because of a few fascinating details most people overlook. Before we dive in, make sure to subscribe and support our struggle to bring you the hidden stories behind America's forgotten treasures. Every subscriber keeps the Hidden Gold Hunter mission alive. Now let's begin this treasure story. The 2010 D Lincoln penny was minted in Denver, and it's part of the shield reverse design. A design that replaced the long-running Lincoln Memorial reverse. The obverse still shows the famous portrait of Abraham Lincoln, while the reverse features a Union shield with the motto "A pluribus unum" across a banner. It symbolizes Lincoln's legacy of preserving the United States as one nation. But here's where the story gets interesting. Not all 2010 D pennies are created equal. Some rare varieties and minting errors can transform this modern coin into a collector's dream. Let's talk about design details first. Most of these coins were struck in copper-plated zinc, weighing 2.5 grams, but a few have been discovered accidentally struck on older bronze planchets, or with double dies that show doubling in the date or lettering. If you find one of these, you could be holding a coin worth over $145,000. Now, condition plays a massive role. If your coin looks circulated, scratched, or dark, its value will likely stay near face value, just 1 cent. But if your 2010 D penny is in mint state, MS68 or higher, it can fetch $7,000 to $10,000, even without a major error. However, those rare error versions, the off-metal strikes or strong double dies, can push well past $100,000, with top-graded pieces hitting around $160,000 in auctions. Let's pause for a second and think. How many people have a 2010 D penny lying around in their change jar right now, not realizing they might be sitting on hidden gold? So, where can you find one? Start right at home. Check your old jars, piggy banks, or those drawers full of random change. Visit coin rolls from banks. Penny rolls are still one of the best ways to find uncirculated 2010 D pennies. You can also explore garage sales, flea markets, or estate auctions, where people often sell old coin collections without knowing their real worth. Now, if you actually find one, here's how to sell it. Don't rush to a local pawn shop. Instead, get it authenticated and graded by PCGS or NGC, 2 trusted grading companies that can officially certify your coin. Once graded, you can list it on eBay, heritage auctions, or even great collections. Collectors from around the world are willing to pay huge sums for certified, high-grade 2010 D pennies with unique features. And here's a quick insider tip. If you find a coin that looks off, maybe it's lighter, heavier, or shows doubling on Liberty or In God We Trust, don't clean it. Cleaning destroys collector value instantly. Handle it carefully with gloves and store it in a coin flip or capsule. Now imagine this. You go to your drawer, pull out a handful of coins, and notice one 2010 D penny with that crisp shine or a strange mark. You check it under a magnifier, and the D mint mark looks slightly doubled. Your heart starts racing. That's the exact kind of story that happens to real collectors every year. Some of them walked away with over $120,000, all from a coin that was literally sitting in their pocket change. So next time you grab your spare coins, don't just spend them, inspect them, because one small penny could change your life forever. This is Hidden Gold Hunter, revealing the treasures that hide in plain sight. Stay tuned, because the next coin story might just be the one that changes everything. Have you ever thought that the old penny lying in your drawer could be worth a small fortune? Well, hold on tight, because the 1958 Lincoln wheat penny has shocked collectors around the world with staggering prices that have crossed $215,000 at auction. Yes, that's right. A single 1-cent coin turning into over $200,000. Before we dive deeper, support our struggle by subscribing to Hidden Gold Hunter, your go-to channel for rare coins, hidden treasures, and true collector stories that reveal the gold hiding in plain sight. Now, back to the mystery of this 1958 wheat penny, minted in the final year of the beloved wheat reverse design. This coin marked the end of an era, the farewell to the iconic wheat stalks that had symbolized American prosperity since 1909. The obverse still carries the classic bust of Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner, a tribute that's lasted more than a century. But it's the rare errors and exceptional conditions that make the 1958 issue one of the most hunted small coins in numismatic history. The 1958 Lincoln penny was struck at both the Philadelphia and Denver mints, with over 800 million coins produced in total. So you might think, how could something so common be so valuable? That's where things get interesting. While most 1958 pennies are worth just a few cents in circulated condition, a handful of error coins, specifically the 1958 doubled die obverse, have completely rewritten the rules of value. This doubled die shows intense doubling. On the words liberty and in God we trust, clearly visible even without magnification. Only 3 authentic examples are known to exist. That level of scarcity is what drives the price sky high. When one of these appeared at a heritage auction, it sold for an unbelievable $336,000, setting a record that stunned even veteran coin experts. But the magic doesn't stop there. Even regular 1958 D wheat pennies in pristine, mint state condition, especially those graded MS67 red by PCGS, have reached prices of $2,500 to $4,500, depending on the color and luster. A flawless red-toned penny with no carbon spots and razor-sharp strike can jump even higher in private sales. The red designation, RD, means the coin still glows with its original copper brilliance, untouched by time. Red-brown RB or brown BN versions trade for less, but still hold impressive value for serious collectors. Now, let's talk about design and craftsmanship. The 1958 penny captures that timeless simplicity. Lincoln's portrait facing right, surrounded by "In God We Trust" above, "Liberty" on the left, and the date 1958 on the right. The reverse features those 2 bold wheat stalks curving inward, framing the words 1 cent and United States of America. Simple, yet deeply symbolic, strength, growth, and the heart of a nation rebuilding after decades of change. As 1958 marked the final year, before the Lincoln Memorial design replaced the wheat reverse in 1959, many collectors treasure this issue as the last of the classics. That historical importance alone adds another layer of demand. And demand, as every collector knows, drives value. Fewer surviving examples in top condition make this coin scarcer each year. And scarcity means one thing: higher prices. So how much could yours be worth? Let's break it down. A circulated 1958 penny with visible wear might fetch 0.10 to 1. An uncirculated red example graded MS65 can sell for $350–800. And that extremely rare 1958 double die obverse, currently valued between $250,000 and $350,000, depending on condition and market demand. That's right, a 1-cent coin that could pay for an entire home. Collectors and investors love this coin not just for rarity, but because it represents the end of one of America's most recognizable coin designs. Each year, as more of these coins vanish into private collections, the market gets tighter. The law of supply and demand is crystal clear. Fewer coins, more collectors, and rising prices. The 1958 wheat penny has become a perfect example of how history, design, and scarcity blend to create value beyond logic. But here's the real question. Where can you actually find one of these treasures? You don't need to be a millionaire or a full-time numismatist. Many collectors have found valuable coins right at home. Check your old jars, drawers, or piggy banks, especially those passed down from older relatives. Visit garage sales, estate auctions, or even local flea markets. Coin rolls from banks can also hide older wheat cents. And if you do find one that looks promising, don't clean it. Cleaning can destroy the surface and cut its value in half. Instead, handle it carefully by the edges and consider sending it for professional grading through PCGS or NGC. These certifications not only confirm authenticity but can multiply your selling price. You can also sell through eBay, heritage auctions, or trusted local coin shops. So before you spend that old penny or toss that jar of coins aside, take a closer look. The next great discovery might be sitting right in your home, waiting to change your life. The 1958 Lincoln wheat penny proves that even the smallest coin can carry the biggest surprise. Because sometimes treasure isn't buried, it's just forgotten.